know this video is kind of late, but I will be going through the history of Wittopia to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of this micronation existing. In this video there will be like the before, the after, the during. I'll talk about the past micronation things I've done, things that led up to the creation of Wittopia, and I'll also be talking about some of our allies. So let's get into it. So right now I will talk about things that not really micronation related, but it was definitely signs of me creating a micronation in the future. And the first thing that I can think of right now was whenever my room was taken over by a bunch of military figures. Whenever I was younger, like in kindergarten, I really liked the little army for like $3, and eventually I collected a bunch of them, and I lined up my whole room floor, all like my boxes with them, and I wouldn't let anyone touch them. If like they were slightly out of place, I would get mad and I'd have to rearrange them. You could barely even walk in my room without stepping on anything. But over the years, they would keep getting messed up, like from friends, cousins, ruining everything. So I'd like keep shifting where they were and how their format was. I don't have any pictures right now of the first few faces, but during like the last few years, I moved it under my bed, which was on a lift and it was a car bed, and so no one could really get to it except me. And here's a picture of that right now. Eventually, I got tired of them getting messed up, and I just took it all down. I still have all of it, it's just packed away. Whenever, I want to say 2nd grade, but I think it was more 3rd grade. It went on for a few years, so it might have started in 2nd and ended in like late 3rd. But I started a club at my elementary school. It was just among my friends. It was called the Wee Hoo Ha Club. I don't know why I called it that. I think it was from like when one of my friends like tripped, and then we gathered in a circle and just started chanting Wee Hoo Ha for no reason. I don't really remember. I think that's it. But I started a club around it because why not? Originally we were called the Wee Hoo Ha Gang, but we eventually evolved to become the Wee Hoo Ha Club, as I thought clubs are better than gangs, which they are. We didn't really claim any land, but we more so patrolled it. There was like a giant concrete trail that went around the playground at the school, and in part of it there was like a bunch of, not really that dense, but there was a few trees that made like a wooded area, and like we would use that trail a lot to travel between the playgrounds and stuff. And there was one occasion where I got like this fake magic trick bottle, and I put something in it. It might have been a Treasure X bottle, but we would practice throwing it around, like catching it. I forgot really what for, but eventually I was weird back then, and like I was going through like I'm the alpha wolf phase, but I eventually retired and had my friend become the new leader. There was one training battle that happened with the Wee Hoo Ha Club. It was at the park down the street from my house, which is where a few other battles for Wittopia were taking place. But not long after this battle, the club was disbanded because people really just forgot about it. But I'll have some pictures of things from the club and from the battle right here. Also, during this time, I was planning to have a giant Nerf war with my friends at this old farm my family owns. That never happened, but I made a bunch of maps of the place, and I have some pictures of them right here. Taco Bell. This is probably the closest I've gotten to a micronation before I actually knew what a micronation was, but in 5th grade, so only a year before Wittopia became a thing, we had a project to design our own town, and we could name it whatever we want and design it. We just had to make the layout on paper. Uh, I forgot exactly what, but before this, like not that long, but before we heard of the project, I'd already thought of the name Taco Bellia. And then when this project was announced, I thought it would be the perfect place. We've done more papers than this, but this is the only one I could find. This is Taco Bellia. I presumed it more as a nation, even though it's really a town. But like Disneyland, Universal Studios, Six Flags, Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese's, Courthouse, and then Giant Taco Bell. We got some more stuff down here. Also, when I, like a year ago, whenever I got Minecraft on my phone, I made a floating island with a Taco Bell on it and named it Taco Bellia. It was like something for that, and it was a micronation. Now, this is going to be the closest to Wittopia without actually being Wittopia I'm going to get here. But, like, part of that Weehoo Club and Farm Nerf battle that never happened, I was thinking about having, like, categorizing wit into sections or something, each with flags, kind of making lore, and we would have, like, battles with my friends at the park, but with lore, and I made a bunch of flags for that, and eventually I would like claim states and stuff. So like I got the Wit Empire, Wit Kingdom, and then like eventually for the lore with the entire world, there was Wittopia. Forgot exactly how it was, but that's all the flags I made. Here are them. I've already made a video about it, but since I didn't actually have any battles, I just categorized all the battles I previously had with those flags, and I gave lore to them because I was bored. But that's how I got the name Wittopia. 6-7! In 5th grade, on my old YouTube channel, I had this like stop motion series called Kugaloo's Room. It originally took place in like a college dorm room, based around this character named Kugaloo. I lost the first one that was used in the first video, but I made a new one. This is him in his newest form. I discontinued the series in my whole channel on that one, but he was the protagonist. But I also forgot to mention this after-school program in elementary school. They had like it was in the gym, and we could make like forts out of these giant mats, and that's what the college dorm room was. But later on in the series, I made this character called General Stickbot, and he was the antagonist. He basically killed like the world and created the Darklands. There's more lore to it on my old YouTube channel, but this is him in his final form. He's a Stickbot. This is Keen Stickbot. It's still General Stickbot, but this is after he became Keen. But it was still pretty similar to micronations and stuff. Also in 5th grade, on my old YouTube channel, we had the series called Bacon White House. I was president of like Bacons on Roblox, and we talked in our own Bacon language. Bacon, 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 bacon. I'm not proud of it, bacon, bacon. Alright, then one day, I was watching YouTube Shorts and I came across a video about Molossia. It was some AI video, I think, but I'd already heard of it before, but I wasn't interested because I didn't pay much attention to the video. But then this one day, it like intrigued me, and I finally did some research into things, found out about Sealand and all that stuff, and I finally decided to create my micronation. And I took the previous Wittopia name from the other flags and I added it to my nation. So, right as it was summer break from 6th grade, that was when I saw the video and I decided I would make my own micronation called Wittopia. And I made my channel June 3rd, posted my first video June 3rd, I think, yeah. And then like maybe like a week after, I posted my first like real video introducing myself. And I don't have the jacket I wore, but it was just a red plain jacket. But this is the hat I wore. It's very fragile. I made it in one day during one random Friday after school in 6th grade. It's not very pretty on the inside. Like only halfway through is when I realized I found where the hot glue was. So I was just using glue sticks, but I originally planned like the other stuff with the flags for this hat to be. I made a video on my first YouTube channel, which I stopped uploading on. I might repost that on this channel. It goes into more depth about the hat, but here, I'll put it on. Doesn't like to stay on the head very much. And these red parts right here used to be bigger, but it just keeps falling down, and I don't really feel like messing with it. This isn't the first hat I've made. I have another one for those flag things. I might get it out in a second, but I'll go get that now. This is it. It's inspired by the Royal Guards from Britain. This part comes off. I made it in a day as well, technically 2, because it took the paint to dry, but really a day. Not very long after I made my micronation, I made my first alliance, and it was with Kilkenny. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they were formerly known as Platonia, People's Republic of Platonia. Now they're the Commonwealth of Kilkenny. They formed the Iron Pact, and I'll just name some of my allies. There's, in the Iron Pact, there's I don't know their new name, but it's the Judean Christian Union. That was their old name, and I've had people say this guy left, but I don't know how or why. But Plegede, I think that's what it's called. I haven't really been paying attention to it. I have a bunch of allies, but some notable ones are the Republic of Egg. I don't really know when we became allies, just happened one day. One of my newest alliances is with the Crazy Crew. So I called up my friend one day and I needed content, so I asked him if he would make a temporary micronation if he didn't want to keep it, and we could go to war. But it turns out him and his brother had already made stuff similar before, and they just weren't super active. But since I came along, I got both of them like active again, and they rebranded the nation I went to war with, as you all know, is Cappy, or was Cappy. They're no longer existing. Then there was what was it called? Wittopia. During Christmas time, the Nutcrackers revolted, took over my YouTube channel, and I defeated them very easily. Capitalist Santa, he put an end to the fighting. And then there was Zulu. It's over there somewhere, but I wanted their land, and we went to war, currently at war. There hasn't been another major battle very recently. There hasn't been one, but there's gonna be one soon. And now I'll get into the Empire. In the middle of the Zulu War, me, Ironwood, and Arcane Falls, which is a not very active nation, but they just became a nation like maybe 6 months ago. So we all got together and signed a contract. Here, I'll go get that in a second. So my original copy of this, what I was using to write it lagged, and I lost everything. So I had to quickly jot down what I remembered. So there's a bunch of typos, and it's not as good as the first one. The first one was great, but yeah. This is it. The reason I haven't really showed it at all is because all the typos and stuff. But I just framed it, and I'm hanging it up somewhere. My new office whenever I get that put together. But that contract was full of flaws that left Wittopia barely any power over the territories. And so Ironwood left. They committed treason, took a big portion of our land, and now I'm in war with them too. I think I'll win, obviously, but they signed a contract, now they committed treason. He said he never wanted to be part of the Empire, but he signed the contract. He read it and all. So there's only been one battle between us, and that was at the park after a discussion about why he left, which I won that battle. My team had 2, theirs had 3. There's some footage, but most of it is unusable. So Wittopia right now is a dictatorship, but I don't plan on it to stay like that for long. After the Zulu War, Wittopia, we're going to write our constitution, rewrite all our laws. I don't for sure know what new government we're going to be, but we're not going to be a dictatorship anymore, because I like freedom. And we're going to rewrite this thing, so we have more power over the territories, so it's less likely for treason to happen. But we're also We're just gonna make this country better. Wittopia is a capitalist micronation, and I'm not a big fan of communism or anarchism. I don't care if a micronation is that stuff, because, like, you still hold no real power if you're in a micronation and in a country like America. Uh, but I just don't see that type of stuff running in, like, a real country, because it's failed before. I'd like to go over the Wittopian flag. This isn't a very accurate one. It's too dark, but the flag, the background is red to represent, like, authority and power, and I think it looks good. The green star represents the spring of my state. The white one represents the winter. The orange one is the fall, and the small yellow one is the summer. The big yellow one in the center represents the sun. The small red star in the center represents the tasty blood of our enemies. And the double-headed eagle is just for the cool factor. I started my micronation because I like the politics, and I wanted to start my own military because I like the military. I want to be in the military when I grow up, and I also did it for the uniform, and I'll show off my uniform in the end. I didn't start my micronation as, like, a revolt or a rebellion against the states or to be my own independent nation like some micronations do. I just did it because I thought it was fun, creative. I like being creative. I'm still very loyal to the U.S. It's my favorite country. I like the U.S. Great place. I love freedom. This is me in full uniform. I got a few, like, wrestling medals to go around my belt, but I don't feel like messing with that. So I just got some white gloves. This jacket I got off Amazon. Of course, my hat. I'm gonna replace that badge, but it's a nice hat. Just got a duty belt, and I just wear black pants and black rain boots. So that's all I got for a uniform. It's not that bad.
Aww.